One of the craziest races in the history of EuroNASCAR. A disaster at the start, crashes, duels, more crashes, more duels, more crashes, and then a crazy maneuver that causes so much controversy and so much anger in our box.
Inside there, side by side, out of turn 2. Oh!
But let's go in order. Valencia, NASCAR Wheeling Euro Series. I am running one of my usual marathons. 5 races in one weekend, with 2 different cars, since I run both in EuroNASCAR and EuroLegend. And icing on the cake, I am also fractured, since 5 weeks ago in the midget crash I broke 2 vertebrae. Well, actually, they hurt only while I'm sleeping, and since when I'm on the car I don't sleep, everything's fine. So I'm here in a suit and a helmet, ready for race 2. A little sleepy, a little tired, but ready to go. But anyway, what happened yesterday? Well, yesterday was an odyssey, because I had 2 qualifyings and 3 races, and in the Legend cars we have some license-shredding duels, you will see them soon. And in the NASCAR, on the other hand, race 1, you already saw it. Surtees destroyed everyone. Actually, he races in the Pro, but for this weekend he also raced in 2. And I don't know if you saw it, he would have destroyed everyone in the Pro as well, if only he had a good start. Well, it looks like a movie we've seen before, exactly like in 2022. Exactly the same script. And today we are on Sunday, ready for race 2. If you remember, in 2022, starting from the 2nd position, at the start, I was able to overtake Surtees. And today, where do I start from? From the 2nd position. I told you, it's exactly like 2022. So far, everything repeated identical to last year. And I want it to repeat itself again identical until the 3rd corner, where I want to be the race leader. So this weekend will not be that weekend where Surtees make a good start. Right? There we go, 2x2 formation, ready for race 2. Here I am ready to try to make again the same move of 2022. The problem is that Surtees already knows it, already knows how to defend himself, so it will be very, very hard. But I'll do my best. Eyes stuck on the lights. As soon as they go green, we will be ready to start. 2x2 formation. 3700 RPMs in 2nd gear, eyes stuck on Surtees and on the traffic light. There we go, we're almost ready to start. Boom, green, 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 let's go, great start from Surtees. Everybody started well behind me. Linster is trying to attack me, so I have to cover the inside a bit, so I cannot do as fast as I can. Turn 1, Surtees covers the inside. He went a bit wide, he drifts a bit, but there is no room to try to overtake him. Also because he covered the inside in turn 2. But no problem, let's try to see if I can catch up with Vladimir Surtees. I made a couple changes in the setup, so let's see if something is different. Anyway, we went mega fast in these first corners. We already gave a few tenths to the cars following us. So look at that, I'm stuck to Surtees, so I can try and follow him. So I can try to see if I have the pace to keep it up with him. We get to turn 6, Linster in P3, Jufro in P4, me and Surtees, we are flying to fight for the lead. The most important thing is to see if I have enough to keep it up with Surtees. We get now to turn 8, look at this, Surtees went a bit wide. Even in race 2, even in race 1, he was struggling a bit with the tires at the beginning, so I think this is pretty normal. Maybe for his driving style, maybe for the setup, maybe for the tires. So look at this, I'm not losing, so that's a good news, If I can keep it up, I can take the slipstream on the straight and try to attack him in turn 1. This is the hardest corner for me, I always lose something, but I didn't lose as much as race 1. Now we get to the last corner, let's see how Surtees does it. He goes a bit wide off the apex. I hit the apex perfectly, so that's good. I'm still with him. Look at the slipstream now. Look, I'm taking the slipstream. Look at the windshield. Look at the wipers. Look at how they wiggles on the straight. Yeah, that's because of the turbulences of the slipstream. Look at how close I got, thanks to the toe and...
Full course yellow.
Okay. Full course yellow. I still don't see the full course yellow signs, but the radio communication applies, so I lift and... Oh, Whoa, 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 whoa! Georges didn't lift! Why? Look at how much he gained!
Giorgis ha guadagnato terreno sul Furgursiello, deve restituire il vantaggio preso.
Sì, lo sto chiedendo ora, sto facendo ora.
Okay, he gave it back. That's important because if the safety car doesn't come out, but we just stay in full Corsiello, considering that we're forced to stick to 2500 RPMs in third gear, he would have gained too much.
Safety car, ok.
Va bene, non devo neanche fare reclamo, dai.
Avevamo preso un bel vantaggio o sbaglio io e lui?
Parecchio vantaggio e la cosa è che vi separavano 3 decimi.
I saw it. We started super fast in the first lap.
In particolare quello che sto notando è che non ti stacca più nel secondo settore, dove in realtà ieri ti staccava moltissimo, ti stacca solo a questa in salita.
Esatto, solo in questa curva, ma per il resto guarda che il setup per me va da Dio.
Perfetto, bomba. Allora adesso non esagerare col riscaldamento delle gomme, se no non ce n'hai più. E mi raccomando curva 1. Formazione 2 a 2, formazione 2 a 2.
Ok, qua non ci sarà il semaforo rosso, cioè come funziona?
Quando vedi il verde parti.
That's all clear. Restart. Once again, once more, same positions in the first row, same starting procedure. Let's see if this time I can beat Georges in the start and repeat what happened in 2022. There we go. Almost ready for the green light. Boom! Green, green, green. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Georges did a good start, and look at Linster. He did a great start. He's trying to attack me in the inside. I must not let him pass. It's so important for me that I keep the second position. Let's go like this in the outside. We almost touched. Super correct, Linster. Now I can try to attack Georges. He went a bit wide. He went a bit slow. He covers the inside in turn 2. I'm trying in the outside, but Linster is trying to overtake me. I had a better exit here in turn 2. Whoa, I'm ahead in turn 3. Good, good, good. Now I'm safe. Whoa, whoa, Linster! Linster, he tried in the inside. He got passed by Jufro. Guys, sorry. Linster, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you at all during the race. The spotter didn't even tell me, so yeah, I was a bit hard in that, you know, in the closing. I didn't see you, sorry. Now, let's try to see again if I can keep Georges' pace. Let's see, because now we have warmer tires. Georges have warmer tires. I want to see how it goes. Look at this. In this corner, is not faster than me, so I can make a difference in this corner. So there are some corners where I'm actually faster than Georges, but there are other corners where I just can't keep his pace. Look at this. Look at this fast corner on the right. Look at how much he gains on me. I have massive understeer. I almost hit the gravel, and he gains at least 1/10 of a second. That's so hard to go like this. That's so hard. I'm fighting. I'm giving my all. I'm doing my best, and I'm still there with him. I'm still there. It's not over yet.
Vai che ce l'hai, vai che ce l'hai, vai, vai, vai.
However, you know what? I don't have to save tires, I don't have to save energies, so I can push to death for 10 laps. This is what I'm going to do, so we can see if I have enough to keep the pace with Georges or not.
Concentrato un paio di giri, lui gira in 42,3, 42,3, mezzo secondo più forte di te. 42,8, 42,8 ultimo giro. 3 decimi più forte del tuo, 3 decimi. Ancora mezzo secondo di distacco, mezzo secondo da quello dietro.
Guys, I am dead. I gave it all I had, but it wasn't enough. We just can't keep up with his pace, and we don't understand why.
I'm dead, guys. Honestly. I think I never pushed so much like in this race. I couldn't go even 1/10 faster than this. It was just faster. There's nothing I can say. Even the pace, if you do look at the lap times, they were like crazy, but that's how it goes. Valencia is not our track, we know it.
I didn't tell you at the beginning of the video, but in the race I tried a different setup. I did it to try to beat Tsiortis, and also because if the setup was better, then Jimmy Ercoli could use it in race 2. Result? Easier car to drive, I can brake harder and get into the corner harder, and it seems much better to me. But if you look at the lap times, it's exactly the same lap times as yesterday. So what's the point of a different setup if the lap times are identical? But it doesn't even make sense to bang my head on it anymore. Because here in Valencia we are done. And in the next tracks we're going super fast, so bye bye, goodbye Valencia, ciao ciao ciao. However, the big surprise this year is definitely Paul Jouffreau. I don't know if it's the new team or whether he's improved, but he's going super fast. In qualifying he beat me, and in the race he got 2 podiums in a row, and then in race 2 he was slowly coming to get me. So it's going to be interesting. Well, with the Valencia weekend over, this is the championship standings. But should we consider Tsiortis or not? Because it would seem that from Bransace will only race in the Pro, but it's not yet confirmed. If so, the leader is me. But if not, I have a couple ideas for Bransace. Okay, but sorry NASCAR, wasn't this supposed to be a crazy race? I mean, this race was boring as hell. Did you just throw us a mega clickbait? Ha! Of course not, because the crazy race I was referring to was not my race, but it was the Pro race, which was one of the craziest race. A total carnage until the last lap. I saw it from the pit box and I can tell you, there was so much anger in some of the boxes. And now I will tell you how it went. Jimmy Ercoli, my teammate number 54, starts in pole position. In race 1 he was not able to keep Tsiortis behind, but he was able to make the fastest lap of the race, so now he's starting on pole. In P2, Liam Edzemans, in P3 behind Ercoli, Vladimir Tsiortis. And there we go, Ercoli starts great, Edzemans has a bad start. Why didn't he do a bad start in Rijeka last year? So Ercoli in the lead, Edzemans P2, but behind a carnage. My teammate Max Lanza in the same car I was driving last year crashes with another car. There is a big mess behind. Meanwhile, Tsiortis this year became super aggressive and now he's pushing Edzemans. However, in the lead, Ercoli stretches, he starts to run away until, obviously, safety car. That's how it always goes. So they clear the track and we're ready for restart. All the eyes are on the light, but then something crazy happens. Edzemans starts super early, Ercoli doesn't start, so what's going on? Did Edzemans make a false start or Ercoli had a problem? We just don't know. However, Edzemans takes the lead and Ercoli fights not to get passed by the other cars. However, after turn 1, Edzemans P1, Ercoli P2, but now Ercoli has enough to try and attack Edzemans. He tries in turn 3, but then Edzemans closes, and look at this. Edzemans forces the braking in turn 4. Ercoli knows it, he tries to cross the line, but look at Edzemans. He exits the corner drifting a bit, all in the inside, in a totally wrong line, just to block the door to Jimmy Ercoli, who struggles to keep the car straight. And that maneuver, which is one of the strangest I've ever seen, actually worked. This is the war. Meanwhile, Tsiortis behind, who did not make a good start, he's trying to recover the position lost. But at this point, Jimmy Ercoli starts to suffer from the usual setup problems. He starts to lose ground on Edzemans, and the race seems over like this. But, however, in the box, we're still wondering what happened in the start. Why Edzemans started so early? And then the answer comes. That was a problem with the traffic lights, which went green before the drivers entered the zone, because there is a zone marked by 2 flags, where only when the first drivers enter that zone, the lights can go green. So the start from Edzemans was not regular, so Edzemans has to give back the position. And that's what he does. Jimmy Ercoli back to the lead. He tries to get away, but now it seems he has no pace. And meanwhile, who's back? Vladimir Tsiortis. Again knocking on Edzemans, again putting pressure on him, until with 4 laps to go, the bomb explodes. Turn 2. Edsemans tries the dive bomb on Ercoli, who watches Edsemans braking so late and says, "Go, no problem." In fact, Edsemans goes wide, Ercoli crosses the line and gets back the position. But now, look what happens. Edsemans rejoins the track and hits Jimmy Ercoli's car. It was a very hard hit, and immediately we realize one thing: Edsemans' car broke. Edsemans cannot turn anymore, the car goes straight in the gravel and race over for him. But what everybody's wondering is Ercoli's car okay or not? Well, the safety car comes out and it takes just a couple corners to figure out that Jimmy Ercoli has got a puncture. So he's going back to the pits, right? No, he stays out with a flat tire.
Ercoli does have a puncture, and why hasn't he pitted?
So there is the safety car out and Ercoli is driving without one tire. Can you imagine that? And now they are on the safety car.
On the straight, the tire completely falls apart. It destroys. And it's totally impossible to drive a NASCAR car like that. But Jimmy stays out. And the question is, why? Well, the reason is simple. If the race ends under a safety car condition, Jimmy would be the race winner. But unfortunately, we know it, EuroNASCAR races almost never end under the safety car condition. And on lap 16 comes the announcement: safety car in the next lap. What can I say? Everything went bad. Ercoli comes back to the pit to try and change the tire, but it takes so long that we will rejoin the group in the last position. So Tsiors is P1. What can I say? He already won the race. It's over, right? Guys, I told you. This is one of the craziest races ever. The race restarts with 2 laps to go and Tsiors doesn't have a good start. While Lasser gets off a blazing start, they get to turn 1 and he tries to pass Tsiors, but he goes so wide that he almost hits the gravel, so he cannot pass Tsiors like that. So they get to turn 2 side by side, turn 3 side by side, and Lasser is ahead. Tsiors lost the lead and the battle begins. Tsiors wants to pass Lasser, Ghirelli wants to pass Tsiors. We get to the last lap. Turn 1, Ghirelli tries to pass Tsiors, but he hits Tsiors and Tsiors spins. That's crazy. Lasser P1, Goossens P2, Dubek P3, but it's not over yet, because Dubek passes Goossens in turn 2. They keep fighting until the checker flag, and so Lasser wins the race, Dubek P2, Goossens P3. In the Cal Racing box, we have 2 sides of the moon. We have the bright side, with the team cheering Goossens for the unexpected podium, and we have the dark side of the team angry because of what happened to Jimmy Ercoli. But one thing they have in common, these 2 boxes. They are both applauding the drivers because they did an incredible race. The pro races are very often like this, a big mess where anything can happen. And while there is a lot of anger over the crash with Edsemans, which was then penalized, but it changed a little. On the other side, we have to look at the bright side, which is that all the 3 title favorites lost so many points. Because Edsemans out, Ercoli P14, Tsiors P13. And so, that's okay. That's much better than Ercoli P2 and Tsiors P1. So, this is the pro ranking, which, as you know, it means nothing because we will have to discard the 2 worst results and then we will get double points at the final, so yeah, that's it. After this racing weekend, the car number 54 still remains among the favorites for the title, both in the Pro and in the 2. Next race, Brands Hatch. Is Tsiors confirmed that he will no longer race the 2 or not? We will only find out there. What I'm curious about is, the car that Jouffroy is running now is the same car that Del Sol was racing in 2022, who, right here in Brands Hatch with that car, in qualifying had beaten me. So, will they go that fast again or not? Brands Hatch is coming, we will find out soon.